What's up, people? This is Hip Hop Explained, where I give you the meanings and info behind hip hop videos so you don't have to ask your friends.
Information is power.
Life, I wonder, will it take me under? I don't know. Imagine smoking weed in the street without cops harassing. Imagine going to court with no trial.
Funny enough, in many states you can smoke in the streets now, so it looks like Nas manifested this.
Lifestyle cruising blue Bahama waters. No welfare supporters. More conscious of the way we raise our daughters.
This line shows Nas' wish for more independence in black neighborhoods. There are many who believe that welfare, when used as a crutch by those who don't need it, incentivizes laziness and keeps men out of the homes with their children, since in many cases, women with a husband living in the home receive less or no welfare at all.
Days are shorter, nights are colder. Feeling like life is over. These snakes strike like a cobra.
In this context, snakes refers to untrustworthy people who claim to be genuine, meaning your friends will turn on you when it has the greatest advantage to them.
The world's hot, my son got knocked. Evidently, it's elementary. They want us all gone eventually.
By saying the world's hot, he's saying the police are watching and arresting everywhere around him right now. And his son got knocked means his friend got arrested because of how hot it is. They want us all gone eventually pertains to a belief that the government is strategic in trying to eliminate black people from the country. This belief was especially strong in the 80s and 90s. Here's an example.
Why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community?
Why?
Tell you why. For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the black community. Why? They want us to kill ourselves. You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that shit. But they want us to kill ourselves. Yeah, the best way you can destroy a people, you take away their ability to reproduce themselves.
Yeah.
Who is it that's dying out here on these streets every night? Y'all.
Yeah.
Young brothers like yourselves.
What am I supposed to do? Fool roll up, try to smoke me? I'm gonna shoot the motherfucker if he don't kill me first.
You're doing exactly what they want you to do. You have to think, young brother, about your future. Huh?
Trooping out of state for a plate. Knowledge, if it was cooked without the garbage, we'd all have the top dollars.
This sentence refers to the process of turning cocaine into crack by adding chemicals and heat. Nas believes if crack was never brought to the black community, there would be more successful black families in the country. Nas would have seen firsthand what the crack epidemic would have done to New York as a teenager, as the murder rate in New York reached a high of 2,605 murders in 1990, and the murder rate of victims under age 18 doubled. He talks about it here.
You know, you look at things like shots going off every night. You're seeing what's happening around you and pregnant ladies trying to smoke crack. Dudes is late night waiting to rob you, and you just maneuvering your way through that. And then the crazy cops coming through, because they had to be crazy running after somebody in that neighborhood at night. The atmosphere was lit.
Imagine everybody flashing, fashion, designer clothes, lacing your click up with diamond rolls.
Diamond rolls is slang for diamond Rolex watches.
Your people's holding dough, no parole, no rubbers. Going raw, imagine law with no undercovers. Just some thoughts for the mind. I take a glimpse into time, watch the blimp read, the world is mine.
This last line harkens back to the 1983 film Scarface, in which the protagonist sees a blimp in the sky flashing the words, "The world is yours," before he ascends the criminal ladder. Let's acknowledge the song that inspired this song. It's called If I Ruled the World by Curtis Blow.
Yo, where to be? Paradise life relaxing. Black, Latino, and Anglo-Saxon. Amani exchanged the range. Cash, lost tribe of Shabazz. Free at last, brand new whips to crash. Then we laugh in the illa path.
The lost tribe of Shabazz comes from the teachings of the Nation of Islam, in which the tribe of Shabazz was an ancient faction of the original people on earth who left the holy city of Mecca and went to Central Africa, eventually becoming the slaves that got sent to North America.
The villa houses for the crew, how we do. Trees for breakfast, dime sexes and bench stretches.
Trees for breakfast means they were smoking weed as they woke up.
So many years of depression make me vision the better living, type of place to raise kids in. Opening eyes to the lies, history's told foul, but I'm as wise as the old owl. Plus the gold child, seeing things like I was controlling.
This is a reference to the 1986 film Golden Child, in which the titular character could move things with his mind.
Click rolling, tricking 6 digits on kicks and still holding.
This line means he could spend over $100,000 on shoes and still have money left over.
Trips to Paris, I civilized every savage. Give me one shot, I turn trife life to lavish.
Trife life is a term meaning rugged street life.
Political prisoner, set free, stress free. No work release, purple M3s and jet skis.
The purple M3 would be one of many BMWs in the M3 series that has been around since 1986.
Feel the wind breeze in West Indies. I think Coretta Scott King, mayor of the cities, and reverse things to Willie.
Coretta Scott King was the wife of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Willies is short for Big Willies, which was a 90s slang for someone who had a lot of money, power, or respect. Nas is saying he would take all of the addicts and restore them to their former status. This line is referencing how many of the first addicts of crack and heroin were cool people with money who could afford to keep buying the drugs and didn't have a precedent of what they could do to a person yet. Here's a clip from DJ Vlad interview where a man describes his family's descent.
I never judged people that was on crack. My whole family was on crack, you know what I mean?
Your whole family?
Everybody was on crack.
Your mother, your father?
Everybody I know was on crack.
Really?
Everybody. I'm a crack baby.
Have you ever smoked crack yourself?
Nah.
Never touched it?
Nah, I don't crack. If you've seen motherfuckers on crack, you wouldn't smoke it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? You would think. Back then, the drug dealers started smoking crack. They didn't know what it was. It was just a cool thing to do. It was like, oh, this the new drug. So all the bad bitches and the fly niggas was smoking crack. So that's who my family was, you know what I mean? It was just the people that they was doing whatever they was doing in the street, started smoking crack. And there's a lot of families like that, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, you know, I had uncles that stole TVs, all types of shit, walked in the house with shit in his drawers, you know what I mean? Weird crackhead shit, you know what I mean? But it's crackhead shit, but you know, it's the drugs.
It sound foul, but every girl I meet to go downtown. I'd open every cell in Attica, send them to Africa.
Attica is a prison in New York State made famous by the Al Pacino film Dog Day Afternoon.
I'm always gonna kill everybody. Attica! What are you
I rule the world. Imagine that.
I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls.
Could it be if you could be mine, we both shine?
If I rule the world.
Still living for today.
Here is the song that inspired the bridge to this song. It's called Walk Right Up to the Sun by the Delphonics.
Walk right up to the sun. Walk right up to the sun. We won't fear. And then we'll walk right up to the sun. Hand in hand. We'll walk right up to the sun. We won't land. We'll walk right up to the sun. Hand in hand. We'll walk right up to the sun. We won't land.
You love to hear the story, how the thugs live and worry. Duck down in car seats, heat's mandatory.
With these last few lines, he's describing the irony in how the harsh lifestyle that his peers live ends up being an entertainment for listeners, such as ducking to avoid enemies in cars and needing to carry heat, aka a gun.
Running from Jake, getting chased, hunger for papes. These are the breaks, many mistakes go down out of state.
Running from Jakes means running from police. Papes is an old slang word for paper, which itself is a slang word for money. The breaks is a term describing the hard realities of life, popularized by Curtis Blow. Many mistakes go down out of state describes the mistakes made when selling drugs in other states because there was a higher profit margin than there was in New York.
Wait, I had to let it marinate. We carry weight, trying to get laced. Flip the A stack to save.
In this context, weight means a large amount of drugs. Getting laced in this content means buying expensive clothing, jewelry, and vehicles.
Millionaire plan to keep the gap with the cocked hammer. Making moves in Atlanta, back and forth scrambler. Cause you can have all the chips. Be poor or rich, still nobody want a brother having
Chips is another word for money.
If I ruled the world and everything in it, sky's the limit. I push the Q45 infinite. It wouldn't be no such thing as jealousies or B felony. Strictly living longevity to the destiny.
Nas would have been against Class B felonies because the qualifiers in New York include sale of a stimulant weighing more than 1 gram and narcotic preparation to a person under 21 years old. 2 things Nas and his peers were likely involved in during his time in Queensbridge.
I thought I'd never see, but reality struck. Better find out before your time's out. What the
If I ruled the world,
Imagine that.
I'd free all my sons. If I ruled, black diamonds and pearls.
Could it be? If you could be mine, we both shine.
If I ruled the world,
Still living for today in these last days and times.
if I ruled the world, I'd free all my sons.
Well, that's all I got for this song. Let me know what songs you want to see next, or if the words I described mean something different in your neighborhood. Peace.